thought I'd just do a quick review on the Tikka T1X 17 HMR that I just picked up today. Main reason I went for this rifle, I have three Tikka T3Xs. I got a 308, 223, and I've also got a 3006. I've got this thermal scope here, which I interchange with the 223, and I wanted to be able to use that on the 17 HMR. So I've put a Tally Picatinny rail, exactly the same as what's on the other two rifles. And the reason I've used the T3X rail is I needed this piece to hang over the back, so I've got the correct eye relief when I use the thermal. So that's the reason why I used the T3X rail. The two mounting holes on the front and rear of the bed of the action of the T1X, the spacings of the holes are exactly the same, but the distance between the front and the rear is less, obviously, because that breech is like smaller than that. So I just had to mill two new holes in the front of the rail to get it to line up. But that way, yeah, the rear of both the rails is exactly in the same position by using these two rear mounting screws. Just had to re-drill the two front ones. So I'm running the Warn Maxima QD scope mounts on both the 223 and the 17 HMR, so that I can just take that off. This has got a QD mount on the thermal. I can drop that on either rifle, take it off, drop these back on, do them back up, and it's pretty much back to zero. So yeah, I've got the Leupold VX Freedom 3 to 9x40 rimfire MOA reticle on it. I plan to zero the rifle at 100, and having the all the mil dot notches on the reticle, I just got to calculate it. Say I'll probably do it every 25 yards. I'll just shoot and then work out what drop I need to validate for those different drops when I'm running these 17 grain bullets. So yeah, rip a little rifle. And the other reason that I went for the Tikka, it has the same stock as the T3Xs, and what I did, I changed, it just had a little plastic butt pad on it, and because I put a limb saver on this 308, I had a spare rubber one, so I fitted that up, and then I've got the exact same length of pull as the three rifles now, and also they run the same trigger as the other two. So I've actually put the lighter trigger spring, aftermarket trigger spring in there. So I've dropped it to 1.5 pound trigger pull, the same as all my rifles are all the same, set up the same. So that way, yeah, I can use this as a trainer, or if anyone wants to, you know, I've got my three sons, my wife, anyone wants to, you know, get used to shooting the bigger calibers, they can train on this, where the reacher pull's the same, scope height the same, the trigger pull's exactly the same, so they can train on this, and it's a lot more cost effective, where you're just out the range and just repetitively shooting. You know, they can get a good feel for the rifle. So yeah, that was another reason I went for the Tikka. I've got the Hornady 17 grain VMAX, as well as the CCI 17 grain VMAX. So I'm just going to compare which one groups better with the rifle. So we won't know until I get out on range and do that. But they seem to be the pick of the bunch with the 17 grain ammo. So I thought I'll just go with both of those for now and just see what sort of groups I can get. So yeah, that's it. Oh, also too, I didn't realise it has a threaded barrel on the 17. I thought it was only the short barrel in the 2.2, but not that we're allowed to have a suppressor in Australia, but yeah, I was surprised that they had that. So yeah, I know some people are going to say, oh, your scope's sitting a bit high, but I needed that rail, and the scope height's the same as the 223 as well as my 3006. So yeah, it's a training rifle, as well as I can interchange, put the thermal on if I want to do some close range, feral cat, fox, rabbit, anything like that for thermal varmint hunting or pest control. So yeah, I love the thing. I haven't shot it yet, but from all reports they shoot pretty good, so yeah, we won't know until we get out in the range, but pretty happy how it's come up.